My baby was born in a difficult time. Let me see, can I, increase the text speed. Too tiny, weak, and frail for this cruel world. She seemed so small, defenseless, but every day her little hands cling to me more and more tightly. I want to see her as soon as I can and hug her tenderly. This time I came back later than usual. My practice was supposed to end a week ago, but it was postponed due to the weather conditions. And all this time I was worried about my daughter. Even though my parents don't mind to babysit her when I ask them, it's hard for me to not be around my baby for a long time. Betty doesn't get along with anybody except me and becomes more naughty with age, but she behaves nice when I'm around. Fortunately, this is the final studying year. However, the probability that there will be more free time at work is negligible. But even in this case, I won't have to leave anymore. Now I'm going to become a laboratory assistant, and instead of going to the mountains, I'll start doing more quieter work. Conducting tests in the sterile laboratory, writing reports, and then returning home to my daughter in the evening. This is my perfect routine. I wish it would be more like that. Leaving the stream of thoughts, I turn on the radio, but it doesn't seem to work. Instead of music, there's only noise with intermittent melodic sobs. These sounds are somehow calming, and I decide not to change anything. The weather is nice today, and autumn leaves on the trees are shining brighter under the sun rays, distracting me with their golden glimmer. I lower the sun visor and keep watching the road. There weren't much rainy days this week, but the autumn coolness makes itself felt. Opening the window a little, I let fresh air or fresh wind into the car's interior while shivering a little from the cold. Hot thermos with tart ginger tea is here to save me. Not looking away from the road, I open the metal lid and bring the cylinder with warm liquid to my mouth. Hot water burns my lips with a pleasant pain, and that spicy sharpness spreads down the throat. Body slowly warmed up, and my exhale turns to steam. We're allowed to rest on the practice, and now it is a good time to cheer up. I'm very tired. Maybe I should stop, but... Okay. Did you... Never mind. Maybe it was just a deer? I do have deer around my property, so... Seems like something flashed away and crashed right into the hood. My head is spinning. It's getting nauseous. It's hard to breathe because of the pressure on my chest. I hardly open the car's door and fall down on the ground. My hands are hurting from scratching stones, but this pain helps to clear my mind. I need to get up. Straining up, my legs carry me to the hood of the floundering car, and my eyes are constantly trying to detect something. My gaze is suddenly stopped by a red line stretching from the road somewhere toward the bushes. For some reason, I follow this trail. Small hooves among the branches of bushes attract my attention. It's dead. Walking unsteadily, I come back to the car and nervously pat my pockets trying to find a phone. Once I find it, I realize it simply doesn't work. Should have charged it before the car ride instead of crazily sprinting to home. I fell out absolutely drained and looked at the severely broken car, saw that which is actually destroyed by a tree trunk. I finally paid the car loan. Aww. Looking myself to detect possible injuries. It's hard to breathe, my whole body is tense, but surprisingly nothing seems to hurt. Maybe I don't feel anything because of the shock, and I touch my head and neck more carefully to figure it out. No fractures, no sprains. I think I got lucky. Finally, I'm standing up slowly, but the realization of what happened still doesn't fully come to me. I need to do something about this. In theory, I can go by foot to the nearest settlement, and right there were some villages before the city on the map. On the other hand, going somewhere in this state is not a bright idea, but I could wait for some past car inside, so I had to steam from under the hood. Not sure how often someone rides here, but I've got no phone with me, so that's the only possible variant. We'll save. Really, I don't know what's proper yet, because it could stay. If you go down the road and you don't find the settlement, well, you find the settlement, but not in the quickest time. There's a chance someone can still find you just going straight down that road. I don't think staying in the car would be best, because once it gets dark, then you're kind of screwed. I like to check the car condition first. Quickly checking the car's body, I bend my knee and look at the wheel, or to be more specific, a place where it used to be. Brakes is split almost in two. Even if I manage to start the engine, trying to ride it will be a suicide attempt. Getting up from the ground and turning off the car, I wheel off the steam and open the hood. Run my eyes over the insides of my Leda. At first glance, there's no serious damage. I can only hope that the car is lucky enough to not get completely broken on the inside, and the only severe damage was the wheel. After carefully closing the cover, I dust off my hands and already moved away from the car. I look at it with a farewell glance. I've been walking without any result for an hour or two already. Doesn't matter if I would have stayed there or gone. I still didn't see any car. Every step gives off aching tension in the muscles, and my eyes are sticking together from overwork. The road flashes before my eyes, and the only annoying trilling of birds not allow me to doze off along the way. It's getting late, and now it's cooler outside. My work uniform can warm up even in worse conditions. I grab the cold air with my mouth while yawning, and the chill passes further down my throat, which is why, after swallowing, I hug myself in order to calm the goosebumps on my body. While the phone, time feels too vague, but it's not that dark yet. This is the house. Looks like it. Around 3 kilometers away from me, there is some construction on the hill. I don't even believe my eyes at first. I think that I'm just too tired, but my legs, knowing the weight of my body, carry me faster and faster to this place. My chest even tingles with joy. Oh, there's a house. It's pretty. Is that a woman on the porch? Very close, I can see a 2-story mansion decorated with flowers, the porch of which is someone in a straw hat. Oh, I do see someone. Afraid to disturb, I approach quietly. The person still notices me halfway. I respond to their gaze with a silent gesture of greeting. Excuse me? Finally catching up with them, I notice a young man with turquoise blue eyes. Oh, I thought that was a woman. Okay. The guy listens attentively about what happened, and throughout the story, thoughtfully nods at every word I say. What a pity that this happened to you, but what's most important, it's good that you're okay. He smiles to me in a gentle way. My family, of course, won't refuse to help you. Let's go, I'll give you the phone without any problems. With a soft gesture of his hand, he points to the front door. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Michelle. What's yours? So, no one tell my real name to some stranger. Should I lie? Well, no. Why would we lie? It's just the first name. One moment. Young man goes to the hangar, takes off his hat, hangs his gloves on the hook, and returns, walking away to their doorway. Maybe they're French, that's why their name's Michelle, but it's a guy. I don't know. I hear him starting talking with someone, and I come a little closer. Meet Rebecca. This is Viola. Viorel. Sophisticated man sitting at the table nods at me with a smile. You can just call me Veal. Okay. I responded to him with a little nod in return. Sit down. Make yourself at home. They glance at each other and then Michelle looks at me again. Veal is a doctor. He can check you out if you want to. No, thank you. I think I... Does it matter which option I pick or no? I guess I'll just have a seat. Perfect. Then I'll go away for a minute and bring you your phone. Enjoy your time. Michelle walked from the dining room into the hallway and disappeared into its semi-darkness. I looked awkwardly at my new acquaintance and with a modest smile sat down on the nearest chair from the exit. It was uncomfortable to wait with someone in complete silence, but there was no other choice. Veal wasn't confused with my company at all. He curiously looked at me with purple eyes. They were very calm and attentive. He seemed even too interested, which made me feel tense, but I didn't show it. Nothing wrong, I guess, but moments like that always make me anxious. Weird enough, but people's interest kills the desire to talk to them in the most efficient way. He narrowed his eyes and started talking to me. Relax, Rebecca. There's nothing to worry about. The main thing is that you're okay, and your car will be evacuated. Yeah, by morning. Seemed like Veal noticed my weariness, but probably he's right. I had to come to my senses and think about how to deal with a broken car and be in the suburbs in the morning. By my head, I looked down at the floor with a tired gaze and so many thoughts. Now I'll take a taxi, but such a long trip would definitely cost an insane amount of money. Anyway, I think I have enough. Such size is the best. There's no wallet. Damn, I left it in the car. No point in going back. I'll have to beg the driver to get to the car as well. What are you thinking about, honey? I turned my head to the dark-haired man that kept watching me without changing his pose. He didn't even move a bit, like he didn't breathe, and his smile added even more unnaturalness to his image. In addition to my embarrassment, he called sensation strange and unusual, even disturbing. Nothing special. Around him, I feel like an object for observation. His eyes examine every small detail in me like a microscope, and nothing can hide away from his methodical look. Sneaks in, slides, undresses, and is about to open me, about to enter with a cold scalpel. Are you married? This question took me by surprise. Veal's gaze, like a razor, passes over my hand with a wedding ring, and I remove it from the table in confusion. Yes, for 5 years already. This pre-made story about my marriage just to Tate annoying guys. At one time, I even bought a ring for this to sound believable. My husband lived in different cities because of my studies, but I often visit him and my daughter. His eyebrows rise in surprise. Do you have a child? You don't look like someone who has a daughter. Yes, she'll be 3 this year. We're lying about all of this? Half true, part of true, but the mention of children immediately makes such seducers lose interest. Carefully, the me, Veal supposedly seemed to be more energetic, and his look felt even sharper. Maybe he didn't believe me. What's happening over there? A loud voice appears on the left side and distracts me from our pleasant conversation. Sounds of water become quieter, and someone emerges from the enter, cursing along the way. That's not Michelle. Red-haired man appeared, and as I can tell by his reaction, he didn't expect to see me here. He immediately turns to Veal, folding his arms crosswise. Who's this? You shouldn't ask such questions personally. He sees me for the first time and already acts very mean. Let's keep quiet. Screw it. I'm waiting here only for a phone. Paying attention to him was not worth it. My head turns to the interior to the hallway and I try not to listen to conversation I don't need. Rebecca is our dearest guest. Please be nice to her, Dirk. I don't know whether he's looking at me at the moment, but I feel a hostile prick in my back. Nevertheless, it seems he still ignores me. The hell is she doing here? So they got in trouble in which we decided to help. And it's not that often when someone comes to us themselves. The floorboards creaked under the tall man and his voice became rougher and more dissatisfied. Dirk obviously wasn't glad to meet me, but I can't understand the reason of his hostility. So what? When do we start to help some stray strangers? Okay, let's say something. Excuse me? I worked this out without thinking, but immediately after that, I stopped myself. It would have been better if I didn't interfere. I'm not willing to argue at all right now. His eyes lazily turned to me, not hiding his irritation. Weren't you taught to mind your own business? He looks at me with unfathomable impudence. And he is the one who tells me to mind my own business? But I swallow this bitter sense of burying my eyes into the table. However, it doesn't help to avoid the conversation. Why are you so silent now, huh? If you have something to say, go ahead. I'm all ears. Now, in addition to open hostility, this man's tone is full of undisguised mockery. What on earth is wrong with him? What's happening? I move my eyes to Vio, but he doesn't even look in our side. Our prolonged silence doesn't make the situation any better. And after a second, the man's leg easily pushed off from the ledge, and his figure grows right in front of me. Before throwing another dose of poison at me, he bends down and deceitfully close distance. You should look at the person you're talking to. I freeze immediately. The tone of his voice and his look now seem neutral, but provocation literally feels like a weight on my shoulders, squeezing the air around us. My body refuses to move, but despite the reasonable fear, I gulp. My mind hilt, I have nothing to dread. Well, damn, he was springy sharpness. He grabs me by the collar and immediately drops me into the wall. Dull pain thuds through the skull and my eye reflexively squint. Yeah, what the hell? He only hesitates for a second and turns behind his back. Regaining consciousness at the same moment, I, like a psycho, start twitching from side to side, scratching the hands that were grabbing me. The approaching tears cloud the view in my eyes. Because of the panic, I start suffocating. Suddenly he presses his torso into me and tilts my neck aside. His red hair rose my cheek and an incomprehensible sweet smell hits my nostrils. Then a sharp pain in the shoulder like a shot makes me freeze. A strangle squeak comes out of my mouth. With a grinding sound, my teeth and eyes are clenching from pain. Everything is bursting aside and it feels like a sharp and burning sting pierced me. The impulse of agony painfully spreads all over my body to the very tips of my fingers and hits the temples with a new rush. I can hear my racing heart. It beats so hard that everything just drowns in the sound. Feels like my skin is being drilled, splitted, and burned in a painful spot. My jaws squeeze to the point of pain, let out another scream. I'm trying to open my eyes, regaining control, but all the feelings, sense, sounds are mixing in one substance. I don't even understand where I am. I'm dizzy. Cold sweat runs down my eyelids, thereby forcing them to close even more to the point of sparks, which are now dancing in front of my eyes instead of clear view. Ringing noise resembling the voice seeps into the veil of sensations. The pain is growing, then it retreats just for a second, and with a new wave crashes me with a doubled intense. Frantic pounding of my heart silences all the sounds inside of my body without slowing down its rhythm. and yet as if gnawing into the skull, here comes a sharp creak, and whisper metallic blows appear, almost getting lost behind the pulse of my body. In a new position, I try to open my eyes again, and the light sharply hurts my pupils for this desperate attempt. The sound behind me becomes clearer, but continues to hit my head from the inside, approaching and vibrating on the skin and then moving away, drowning in its own breath. After a moment, the pain in me melts, giving the place to a new intoxicating sensation. Wave of this feeling turning over the body penetrates into my mind, and rolling my eyes, I surrender to it completely. End of day 1. Well, damn. That was crazy. So yeah, that was a run out of blood. So you can either go to the house or you can stay at your car and I guess wait it out possibly. I don't think, well, I'm not sure either ending is great. This is a beta, by the way, also. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, that was it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy, but so yeah, run out of blood. If y'all are curious about this game, y'all want to play it for yourself to see the other options. It's possibly limited because it's a beta, but it's almost alpha beta, so it should be fully done soonish. But that was crazy. I wasn't expecting Dirk to do that, but I mean, go off. But that was entertaining. It was wild. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. So like I said, if you want to play this game, everything will be in the description below for y'all to play this. If not, that's totally fine. Still, if y'all like the video, don't hesitate to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. With that being said, I'm gonna end it here. So hope y'all had a good day, a good yesterday, better tomorrow, and I will catch y'all in the next video.